Check one,
the
two.
chickens. Check the chickens.
Check.
All right. Looks like we're getting there.
I see a blue spinny wheel.
Yeah, blue spinny wheel. All right, we are live for Church Chat. Here comes our coveted Church Chat theme. It's Church Chat with Pastors Dan and Dave. Come hang out with us on our stream. It's Church Chat Wednesday.
No matter how bad of a mood you might be in, that just always lifts the spirits, doesn't it?
It does. Every time my phone rings.
Every time. Every time. Welcome to Church Chat. I'm Pastor Dan.
And I'm Pastor Dave.
And overrunning all of the technology is Mr. James Adkins, Esquire.
Hello.
Hello.
So we were on a talking topic right before we started this.
Okay.
Can we continue that a little
go for
bit?
it.
So James found this mystery thing in his yard. It was in your garage, right?
Yep. Ever since we moved in.
It's a big roll of...
Looks like fire hose, kind of. But it's.
I thought at first it might be like a landscape border, but I couldn't get a close enough look at it.
If you talk about it for like 45 seconds, I might actually be able to put a picture of this up.
But I think the important thing is not what it was, but what are you going to use it for in the future?
It doesn't matter what it was created for. It matters what it can be.
But some of the speculations on Facebook were kind of interesting.
I only read the first one because I thought it was right.
Oh, well, there was like a whole...
Oh?
So I think if we have any viewers today, both of you, that you could speculate on what it is, but also what he could use it for.
Yep, that's a great idea. I would love to... Do you remember the... you remember Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes.
The props, where they would just bring out some random thing, and then it's a prop. You could come up with 100 different things to use that for. 100 different things. I used to love that show.
I did too, because it had Drew Carey in it for a while.
Colin Mockery. I met Colin Mockery.
Yeah.
I was in New York City. I don't know if I met him, but he was there. And we were at the same thing. And it was for World Vision, and Holly and I were helping run that, and he and his wife came through, and he seemed like a very lovely human being.
Well, Drew is from the Cleveland area.
Cleveland, yep.
And there is a camp, a YMCA camp in the Akron area called Camp Wainoa. And when me and all my friends would go to Camp Wainoa, Drew was one of the camp counselors.
Really?
I never had him as a camp counselor, but my friend did. And one thing I do remember, he was always funny. And I do remember that there was one time a person that wasn't real popular with the kids, and he ran some of their garments up the flagpole and used it as a flag.
Garments.
Drew did that?
Yes. Unmentionables. I probably shouldn't say it because now someone will come. 30 years ago,
I remember that.
Ran my underwear.
Did he always look the way he looks?
Yes, he did.
He's got a very distinctive look.
I at least in my head remember a buzz cut back then, but I'm not sure if he just got that when he went in the army or whatever.
James, did you put the picture up?
I was going to say, in the interest of figuring out what this is, and also to show that I can do it, I have the images here. So there's one image right there. That's just it laying on its side. And then, is this a slideshow? Are you going to show me the other one? There goes the other one. That's what the inside looks like. So, yeah.
So what the one guess was, like, it's a cover for a roof peak.
Yeah, there was that. I heard several things that I probably shouldn't mention on the show. And then also that it might be a barrier for concrete, or I think that it's some kind of
Yeah.
some kind of irrigation
Oh,
something.
maybe.
I just don't know.
We'll have to examine it up close after the show.
Yeah.
And see what's going on.
And I think the
I'm
winner
sure that'll help.
gets a chunk of it.
Yeah. In just a little bit, we will be talking with our biggest fan.
I would say so.
Our biggest
I would
fan?
say so. She tunes
Yeah.
in every week and usually leaves a comment,
Yep. Kellie Bibler.
affectionately calling us dorks.
Yep.
But
Dorks. I couldn't remember dork, doofus, whatever it
Yeah.
was. It's something derogatory and yet endearing.
she is a bundle of joy.
She is a bundle of joy. She calls herself Fun Size. But she'll be coming on. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to talk about with her other than her love for the show. But I think also
Book donations.
book donations. And so we'll be hearing about that. So that'll be cool. I do want to mention a couple of things before I forget with the church. So we're starting some to have some groups and events and activities coming up. So 3 that I want to mention to you now. 3. The first is Grief Share. We've been mentioning that. That's going to be starting next Tuesday and Wednesday. If you or someone you know could use some, grief counseling, a group of people to come around you, man, it's a great group for that as you're walking through some really difficult parts of life. So that is one thing. On Friday, September 4th, I think last week I mistakenly said it's a Wednesday. It's not. It's a Friday. We are going to have our Habitat Build Day. So we need some volunteers to help out with that. We're going to be putting up siding. Dave, can I count on seeing you there with a...
Well, we're having church chat that day,
It's a
right?
Friday. No, we're not. So
Oh, yeah.
Dave will probably be praying for us
I'll,
from...
be there for spiritual direction.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm sure you will be. But so we're doing that Friday, September 4th. So let us know if you are interested in that. And then I hope I'm getting this right. September 10th, I believe, we are going to begin a financial peace class. If you've not taken financial peace before, it's actually like a bunch of churches around Findlay are doing it all at once. And so we're going to have a class also. It's a great way if you just need a little bit of help figuring out budgeting, some biblical principles, and just some really good ways of getting out of debt and how to manage your money well. If that's something you struggle with, this is a great class. One of our newer members, Philip Mosser, is going to be leading it. So excited for that. He's really excited about it. So let us know if you are interested in any of those things.
I do know people who've completed it
Yeah.
and actually lived it out to be debt free. And it changes your life.
Oh, absolutely. And I think I did Crown back in the day. I might have done Financial Peace also. It's been a while. And even, I'll be honest, we don't strictly live by all those principles, but there's definitely things that we've taken from it that we've said, yep, this is something that we've got to do, especially in things, we were in all sorts of, student loan debt and all that going through seminary and everything.
Do you have envelopes with a bunch of cash in them?
We don't. I remember my parents doing that though. I remember them having that.
My son does it.
Does he? Yeah. And we don't do that. Part of it is, I don't know, if I see money sitting there in an envelope, I'm like, yeah, I could get a Snickers bar. So I'm not that disciplined. So, but I should be. I should do better. But it's a great class. Hopefully, if that's something you're interested in, you can find some time to take that. So,
Off topic.
go ahead.
I notice you do your threes like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the European way.
I don't always. I don't know why I did that.
So
Before
back on
Kelly
topic.
comes on, I have a couple things I want to mention. Number one, found out this morning that my wife, she posted this thing from the Van Wert Historical Society, and it showed her great great aunt, and apparently Holly's great aunt was the seamstress for the Wright brothers and sewed the fabric for the wings of
That
their
is
airplane.
cool.
I was like, what? my wife is so cool already, and now she's historically cool.
Yeah,
It's amazing. I thought that was really cool.
that is cool.
That was a neat thing. So, other thing.
But speaking of old timey things,
Okay, go ahead.
Can I intervene one thing?
Yeah.
As you know, my dad passed, and we were kind of going through helping prepare their house for what they're going to do with it and everything. And my mom gave me a Bible that was if my grandma was alive, she'd be 120. And so her Bible, this was her Bible, but it was given to her. Had to be, her dad was Jewish, so it had to be by her mom because it's Catholic Bible. It's from 1874.
That's wild.
But here's the thing that I need help with. I want to restore it. The binding is jacked up on it.
Yeah.
And so if anybody knows of people who fix antique Bibles, put it in the comments.
There's somebody out there who's an antique Bible fixer. I can feel it.
I can feel it too.
I can feel it. So, that's very awesome. I love that.
Speaking of people being out there, Tina Miller says that they do Dave Ramsey, but they don't do the envelopes.
They don't do the envelopes. I don't. The envelopes for me were the one part that I couldn't fully. I don't know, like just having that much cash sitting around.
Dave would be disappointed.
Dave,
I'm just gonna say.
They would be disappointed in me. I'm the free spirit of the.
You're the free spirit.
Yeah, Heidi's the bookkeeper.
Mm-hmm. Holly's our bookkeeper as well. She usually just says, every now and then, like, "Hey, maybe stop spending so much money." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. Well, I usually say, "Can I have this? Huh? Can I please?"
I'm pretty sure my family doesn't even have books. Tax season is always a mad rush.
Well, yours is so complicated because, like, I feel like sometimes you probably get paid in food and.
Well, it's not complicated. Where's my sound? It's not complicated because there's some stuff that I don't report.
Ooh.
Don't tell the IRS.
The IRS is
All seven
one of
of
our
you
biggest
watching.
listening demographics. Like, they're probably on right now. So, second thing, I don't know. Are we on the second thing?
Yes, we are.
All right. You said something before the show started that I'm not sure if you're serious about or not. Dave, are you thinking of selling the chickens?
I am. Well, that wasn't what I said. I said I'm thinking about eating the chickens. And James said, no, they'd be gross.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I guess they're still kind of young, but
yeah,
you don't
it's
eat
just-
old chickens.
These are pretty young.
I was just cleaning up their stuff the other day. Number one, you have to find a place to put it.
That's what you have neighbor yards for.
Yeah. With a note. And I just can't picture doing that in the wintertime. I just can't. I can't even picture feeding them in the wintertime.
Well, that's when you have to bring them in your house.
Yeah. And they are so
Your kids are off of college.
messy. And my wife was kind of peeved because she said, well, we just turned our garage. There's nothing in our garage that can't be undone.
Right. You could put that back.
Just take down
Or
the stuff.
you could get something else.
We still own a dog bowl that has a power cable attached to it that keeps it from
Keeps
freezing.
it from freezing. Yep, we've got one of those that's out there for the bunny and chickens.
Other than that, you don't have to do anything too special for them.
No.
I just can't picture the stink in the wintertime.
Yeah. Well, you never know what happens. So,
Yeah.
James, where are we at time-wise? It's about time to talk to Kelly.
It is about time.
Let's call up Kelly.
Let's do it. I'm going to turn my mic back on. Keep turning it off.
The quarantine
There we
queen.
Yes. Self-proclaimed quarantine queen.
I think there's got to be a way to shorten that, right? Like Quarren Queen.
Quarantine queen.
Sounds more like Corn Queen. Oh, let's see. All right, let's go to Skype. Here we go. I told her I would text her. Let's see.
You lied.
I did lie. You don't have anything
By the way,
else
you're-
clever to say?
By the way, your fence out there looks very nice.
I didn't even take a minute to look at it. I got to check it out.
It looks very
when
nice.
We're done.
I mean, you aren't going to have kids walking through your backyard anymore. I mean, that's too bad. But
That's too bad. Yeah.
there she is.
All right, hold on.
Hey.
I gotta pull her up on the thing here. Oh, we can hear us in here.
This is
Yeah,
weird.
so, somehow.
You might have to turn down the. There we go. Let's see if we're working here.
All right.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Do you have the stream on behind you? That's just too bad. Yeah.
There she
If-
is.
If you have the stream on, you'll have to turn it off. I think.
Yeah.
Gone.
Gone. All right.
Okay, there we
We're
go.
on.
We were hearing ourselves like 5
Sorry.
seconds ago.
I forgot
It was
about
a little
that.
weird. It's freaking me out.
Yeah.
Kelly,
I'm
how
really
are
glad
you
to be
doing?
I'm glad to be on Chicken Chat.
Chicken
Yeah.
chat, exactly. Well, as our number one fan, yeah, you can give us whatever nickname you want for the show. I mean, you've nicknamed us already, so.
Yes, affectionately the Dorks. I mean that with all the love in the world.
I see that. Do you have your We Serve coffee? I have mine with me this morning. There you are, powered by We Serve today.
Powered
James
by We
usually
Serve.
makes us coffee, but I had mine, so
I did make you coffee. You just didn't drink it today.
I'm sorry.
Aww.
I'm sorry, James.
It's all right.
But shout out to We Serve. So Kelly, how are you doing today?
I'm awesome. I'm awesome. I heard you guys talking about Dave Ramsey.
Yes.
We actually did that to get us out of debt. We are debt free.
Awesome.
And we did the envelopes. Yes.
Awesome. You did the envelopes?
Yeah.
See, and that was my thing. I have trouble with the envelopes, but
You
other
gotta put
stuff
them away.
we did.
Like Rex hid them somewhere where I couldn't find them.
That's what needs to happen.
That was
Holly
cool.
already has to parent 3 children. She doesn't need to have to parent me also because she would have to hide them from
Heidi's
me.
down to 2 of us.
Yeah. It's worth it though. Trust me.
So Kelly, you are the quarantine queen.
I am. Yes.
What made you start doing those videos?
Well, first of all, I am like one of those crazy like theater nerds, like all right brained and a super extrovert. And I was dying being at home, not having human contact. And I was just like, you know what? Like, there's probably a lot of other people out there like me. So I started making these like real and raw videos. And then people would say, like, oh, they made me laugh, they made me smile. And then I was like, you know, if I can help someone get through this or make them smile or make them laugh, let's do it. So
I think that's
Very
the
cool.
key. That's a part of why we started doing this too. Is like we just need some way to interact with the church, with the community, with people,
Yeah.
and so this was the best way to do it. And so no, your videos are always highly entertaining, highly entertaining.
But
So-
last
Yeah.
week we were here and we were wrapping up, and I got a email from Kelly, and it was requesting book donations,
Yeah.
and so at that moment I said, "Hey, Kelly, wouldn't it be awesome to have her come on the show?"
We
and
know
talk-"
she's free Wednesdays at noon.
Yeah. So
Right?
wouldn't it be awesome to have her come on the show and talk about
Yeah.
these book donations?
So tell us about the book donations.
So it's actually, so I'm a board member of Hancock Literacy.
All right, I'm going to stop you right there.
Oh,
Can you
geez.
name something you're not a board member of?
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm almost like too much. But I rotate on and off of things because I'm only good in small doses. You can't take me for long periods of time.
I
Too
can
much.
see it.
Well, let's back up for a minute because Pastor Dave sent me this wonderful email and was like, hey, do you want to be on church chat next week to talk about it? And I'm like, yeah. Pastor Dan says to me Sunday morning, yeah, you called us dorks. Your penance for doing that is you have to be on church chat sometime.
That's exactly right.
So however I got here, I'm here.
Yes. All right. Tell us about the books.
Okay, so I'm on the board of Hancock Literacy, and we are a nonprofit here supporting lifelong literacy in Hancock County. So one of the programs that we're responsible for is the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. So not sure if you're familiar
Oh,
with that,
yes.
or if the millions of viewers or listeners are
Yes.
familiar, but it puts books in the hands of kids from birth to age 5. They sign up for the program, it's free to them, and they get a book mailed to their house every month. from birth till age 5. So we do other programs as well, but we're in our annual campaign right now. So, like all other organizations, we've been affected by COVID and funding. And so we're not always top of mind when it comes to nonprofits, but what we're doing is so important to helping adults later in life make sure they're literate and are good functioning members of our community.
So how can people help?
So they can right now, like I said, we're in the campaign, in our annual campaign. So there's several ways. You can just give a flat donation. 20 will sponsor one kid for 1 year. Are you guys looking at me? I feel like you're weirdly looking off.
Yeah, sorry. The audio got weird for a second, but I think we're good. So
I'm easily distracted.
So a flat, say that again. Yeah. They can give a gift.
$25 donation will sponsor one kid for 1 year to get the books from the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. $125 will get that child all the way through the program. Mm-hmm. So just, I like to keep it real. And I know sometimes people don't always realize how important literacy is in our community, but just to throw out some statistics for you. 1 out of every 4 children will grow up not knowing how to read. 60% of prison inmates are functionally illiterate. 3 out of 4 people on welfare can't read. And 50% of adults can't read an 8th grade level book.
Wow.
So
that's remarkable.
It just kind of gives you some ideas. I mean, there's 24% of kindergarten students in Hancock County that enter school behind their peers. And you would be surprised at how many kids don't have books in their house or their parents don't read for them. And it's not always because it's a conscious choice. It's either something that, is handed down to them, is generational, or, they just don't have the means or the access to it. So, we're trying to get those books in their house, but, an adult who can't read is not going to be able to have that time with their child.
Right. Yeah. Well, and at some point, I feel like it probably becomes a pride thing. Like, I don't want to admit that I'm an adult that struggles with reading.
Yes, exactly. So, but if you think about an adult, think of all the things that you read in a day. I mean, a menu, comments on social media, a job application. If you have a job and there's instructions, you can't read them.
Yeah.
So it's really important to make sure that we're putting those books in the hands of the kids so that they can read and that they can help us lower all of those statistics. So
that's great.
Absolutely.
Some other ways that they can give to us is we have some creative fundraising going on right now. You can buy some Quarantine Queen wear. So if you want a t-shirt, a Quarantine Queen t-shirt or sticker.
Wait, you have stickers and t-shirts?
She's got merch.
We don't have merch.
Yeah, I got merch.
Why don't we have merch?
I don't know.
Oh,
James.
Not my game.
James has merch.
So people can buy Quarantine Queen wear.
So you can purchase that, and some of that will be given to Hancock Literacy.
Do you have any of that you can show us?
I don't have it here. No.
Dang.
If you go onto my Facebook page, you can link to the site, the store where you can buy it. There's all like men's, women's, stickers, all kinds of stuff. So, and you can either there's 1 out of 2 phrases you can get. One of them says, "Be kind or be quiet," because that's my jam. The other one says, "Might be water, might be vodka."
What about
So you could choose your shirt, your color, your saying. You could customize it.
If we failed as pastors.
No, because Kellie's awesome.
Kellie is awesome. That is amazing. I love that.
So the other thing that you can do is we're doing a take and paint through Chelsea Hosmer at Charming Finds Boutique. So you can pick out a sign that you want to paint. You can choose what you want on it. purchase it, and then go pick it up, pick out your paint, take it home and paint it. And she's giving a portion of the sales from that as well to Hancock Literacy. So links to both of those are on my Facebook page, are on Hancock Literacy's Facebook page as
Okay.
well.
Awesome.
The other thing that we're doing is the high school librarian, Mrs. Brassfield at the library. She's like the librarian to the stars. If you donate at least 25 books, she'll send you out a form and you can fill out with the things that you like, and she'll send you a customized reading list for you, for your kids, for your family.
That's awesome.
So,
Oh, very cool.
yeah, you can do it all. You don't have to stop at one thing. You can do it all.
You don't have to
all
wait
of
for the
those
movie like I do.
Kelly,
No.
I'm pretty sure you would agree with me on this. Dolly Parton is American royalty.
Oh, she totally is.
American royalty.
She's it. She's it. Like anything, like if she says it, it's word, no matter what.
Well,
It's like the Bible, Dolly Parton,
and the things we say.
and the
Yes.
yes.
No, but
Yes.
what she has done,
God, Dolly.
what she has done, not only in her home of Sevierville in Tennessee, but for kids around the nation now for literacy is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And you're right. It's a nationwide program, but we're able to offer it at no charge because of the donations of people who help fund us. So,
That's very cool.
and all of your donations to Hancock Literacy stay right here in Hancock County.
Awesome.
So, all we're doing is putting that back into the programs that we have. So we also do have worked with the schools for Family Literacy Night. We do Tell a Tale in the spring, which is awesome. Kids write stories and illustrate, and then we do a contest for that. So they get to tap into their creative side and their imagination. We also do parent videos. So, we're just trying to be champions of lifelong learning.
That's excellent.
That is excellent.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Kelly, thank you so much. We could talk to you all afternoon,
I
but
know,
we're
I'm
not
sad.
going to.
I get it. Small doses.
Well, we have to get this show over so we can go check out your merch.
That's right.
You have to check out my merch. So I did. I came back to church the first time in person this Sunday. I've been worshiping at home. Sat right in the front row.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. It was fantastic.
We were wondering if you wanted to be on the board of Church Chat.
Oh, there's a board of church chat.
Well, there can be.
The first investor.
Be careful what you ask for.
Oh, awesome. Kelly, thank you so much. Thank you for what you do with Hancock Literacy.
Absolutely.
If you've got some links, I don't know, do we have some links we can share? We'll find a way to share some info about where people can go.
Yeah.
And
if you text me anything, I can put it in the stream. Or you can comment in the stream as well, too. Whichever way works.
I can put the links in the stream. I can do that.
Okay.
And then you can check out the merch. You can check out the paint and take. You can just go directly to our site and donate. You can do it
are we
all.
letting her advertise her merch in our stream?
Well, we're going to collect, right?
Kelly, thank you so much.
Well, I have to-
Have a great
You're
day.
welcome. You too.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.
Good times.
Oh, Kelly, she
It's
brightens
a lot of
your
fun.
day.
Yep.
She brightens your day. So that's very cool. Dolly Parton, seriously, are you familiar with that program?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Like just all the books she's done.
I will say this. I'm a big believer in getting books in the hands of little kids.
Yeah.
My wife, as many of you know, has been a teacher for over 30 years now. And I know for me, when I was little, I started school when I was 4. Mm-hmm. Probably a little too young to start school. I mean, when I graduated and started college, I was only 17. And so I've struggled with reading forever. And even when we do movies with subtitles, my kids will just read it, so I won't pause it and have to read it. But on the flip side of that, my wife started reading to all of our kids, even when they were in the womb. And those kids, all 3 of my boys, have tested gifted in reading. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think
No,
that is all. I think it is so important.
I mean, obviously, genetics were not on their side. So I'm just kidding.
Well, they got the looks, you know.
The Quarantine Queen apparel is live. You know, the link is live in our
I
chat.
can't get over that.
I know.
I can't get over that.
You realize you're sitting right under a sign that says James Adkins merch, right?
What is going on? Why does everyone else in the
But
world
I
have
have
merch?
James Adkins merch.
I have James Adkins merch too. I wear shirts with your. Listen, here's what. All right, everybody out there. I need somebody who can draw like caricatures of the two of us sitting on the couch. That's what we need.
Yes.
That needs to be our logo. Caricature of us sitting on the couch together.
Because the logo that we use on YouTube,
is totally ripped off of Saturday Night Live.
yeah, and we could get in trouble.
Yeah. So we need our own thing.
Yes.
So if you can draw or you know someone who can, we will pay you 500 church points
Yes.
to draw us a good caricature of us that we can use for a logo. I can't draw.
I can't draw.
This is sounding pretty close to selling indulgences. I think someone made a big deal about that a long time ago.
I don't know what that means, but
It's Protestant Reformation. Yeah, we're not going to get into it.
oh,
Talking Martin Luther over here.
Yes. Man, James, look at you
Come on.
bringing out the big words.
I
And,
know things.
I guess I have to pay attention now. Show off.
oh, man. All right. This is going to feel like an abrupt stop in reversal of direction, but I do feel like there's something that we just have to mention.
Absolutely.
The Findlay community was rocked yesterday with the news of the arrest of Father Zacharias at St. Michael's. In the paper today, it describes the charges and what he's being accused of, and it's pretty hard to read. But the bottom line is he's accused of there's two victims known at this time that were allegedly sexually assaulted as minors multiple times, and then it seemed to be a continuing pattern. When I heard about it yesterday, I don't know Father Zacharias personally, and honestly, I don't want to give a whole lot more attention to him. For me, in this job, this is one of the hardest things to deal with, because it's rarely been talked about.
Right.
The church as an institution, and not just the Catholic Church. Let's just tear down. I know sometimes it seems like, okay, yeah, it's a little more severe there. Listen, it happens in every denomination, and more than that, it happens outside of the church too. But we are supposed to be the safe place. We are supposed to be the moral authority, fair or not. That's kind of how we're labeled.
We're a place where people entrust their kids and their family.
Absolutely. And I think that there's this where the church has definitely been guilty, and I would say almost every church and almost every pastor has been guilty at some point or another of, let's keep it quiet. We don't need this will destroy the congregation. This will destroy a family. This will destroy, and it isolates the victims even more, and re-victimizes them again. the church has got to do a better job of talking about this, of addressing the issues, of saying enough is enough, of finding ways to keep our children safe. So to that end, a couple things we want to let you know about, and we'll announce this in other ways as well. First of all, I want you to know, here's what we do. We have what's called a safe sanctuary policy. This outlines, and this is available for anyone who wants to see it, and we'll probably print off some copies just so people can see it at church.
And there is a link right on our Facebook.
There is a
or not on our
on
Facebook,
our
but
webpage.
on our webpage.
And it talks about the precautions that we take to make sure, to the best of our abilities, that we're doing everything we can to keep our kids safe. Whether it's background checks that we do on people who are working with kids, never having an adult alone with a child, windows and doors to make sure there's no spaces where you can go and hide away. All of those, we try to do a lot of those kind of thing. Sin finds its way in to places, but we are trying to the best that we can, be proactive and have rules and plans in place. So that's the first thing I want to say. Second thing is, we were planning on later in September having someone that I know. Her name is Kathy Studer. She's an author. She was a parishioner of mine at Lewis Center. She was going to come and speak at church later in September. We've moved that up to August 30th, so not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. Kathy has written a book called Broken to Beautifully Whole, and it highlights her own experience being a victim of child sexual abuse, and how she has been able to heal through that process, how her faith fit into that process. We're also going to have so we're gonna talk about this on the 30th. We're gonna talk about this reality, this real thing that is statistically 1 in 4 girls face some sort of sexual abuse in their lifetime. 1 in 6 boys, and so we know now it's vastly underreported,
Right.
because we don't talk about it. We've made it a shameful thing to talk about. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about where the church has failed. We're going to talk about where we just as people have failed to protect our kids sometimes. And then we're also going to have some counselors there. Just if this brings up some stuff that's just hard for you, it's somebody that you can talk to. They will be there and available for you. Kathy will have her book there if you'd like a copy of her book. But I want to make sure that people know that this is coming. This might be something that's just too hard for you to sit and listen to. Maybe it brings up some past trauma for you, and you're just not in a place where you want to, be there. Maybe, it's not. We're not going to be graphic, but if this is a conversation you don't want your kids to hear. If you want to do something else, that's fine. But at some point, silence becomes complicity, and so I strongly feel like we can't just be silent when this happens. This is our community. This is, Catholic Church, Protestant Church. We're brothers and sisters in Christ, and the family of Christ is hurting today. And so it's our job to address that and to, and to do what we can to bring healing, maybe some hope, and hopefully, some restoration for people who have been wounded in the past.
And most importantly, we can be prayerful.
Oh, sure.
As I was saying before, we started with a friend of mine who's just been texting me the last couple of days. He's wrecked over it.
Yeah.
And as I said, Sister Edna, we had her on
Yeah.
a long time ago. She is actually somebody that the diocese will put in churches that have experienced this. And like she said, it can go on for 3 generations before things are fully healed.
Yeah.
So this is something like we can keep in our hearts and pray about, because who knows what the fallout is.
Yeah.
The magnitude of that, but
Yeah. And yeah, 3 generations that it takes to heal. This hurts the church. Okay, and I understand that. Sometimes when this happens, we as Christians tend to think of our church as the victim of this. That this is going to be damaging to our witness, damaging to our faith, and yes, it is. We're not the victims, though.
correct.
We're not. It's these young men who had something horrific done to them. They are the victims, and that's what we have to keep in mind. And so my heart breaks for them, and for all of those who have experienced something like this. And yeah, we have to be able to have this hard conversation that no one wants to have. But until we can talk about it more freely, I'm afraid there are more and more victims who will feel like they have to remain silent, and in doing so, not be able to heal the way that they need to. So I know that's kind of a bummer of a topic, but this is a bummer of a time. And my heart breaks for the community. Man, when it's somebody that you know and trust and love, and then you find out this thing, I think that the whole community is grieving right now.
Sure.
So we're going to do our to the best that we can. We'll help facilitate healing, and as a community, we'll walk through this thing together. I wish I could say this is the first time I've walked with a community through this kind of tragic thing, but it's not. And we'll get through this. But be in prayer for one another. Be good to each other. And I wanted to let you know again. This will be not this Sunday, but next Sunday, August 30th. That's going to be the topic at church. So. But yeah, we're gonna walk through it together. So I don't know where to go from there.
Me neither. So
yeah, so it's
Let's
probably
call
time
it.
to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. Do you have the church chat theme song in a minor key? I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. But hey, thank you guys for being with us. Thank you to Kellie Bibler for being on with us today. You are a riot, and you can get your Quarantine Queen merchandise in the links on the side. Also, don't forget, we need somebody to make us a caricature, because
need the merch.
we need to be able to have our own merch. We really need to do it. So, all right. We will have our Spark Online. Should be going live today for the kiddos, so check that out. And again, 10 o'clock this Sunday, live on Facebook and YouTube, and also in the dock at St. Mark's United Methodist Church. Hope that we will see you there. We're going to be our interview this week at churches. Marcella Ciccatelli, who is running our campus ministry stuff at Bluffton. Super awesome. You'll get to hear her testimony. It's going to be great. So hope that we see you there. Until then, Mr. Adkins.
This was Church Chat with Pastors Dan and Dave. It does sound a lot sadder that way, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
Let's end with the happy one.
do a happy
Let's
one.
do
We
a
need to be
happy
happy.
It's Church Chat with Pastors Dan and Dave. Come hang out with us on our stream. It's Church Chat Wednesday.
See you guys later.
Take care.